Thing one tonight, it's Friday, and you may have forgotten that Melania Trump straight up got somebody fired this week. And not just anybody, the number 2 person at the National Security Council, Mira Ricardel. The hammer came down in the form of an official statement from Mrs. Trump's spokesperson on Tuesday, quote, "It is the position of the office of the First Lady that she, Ricardel, no longer deserves the honor of serving in this White House." Now, that is something you don't see every day.
If you wanted to get someone in your husband's administration fired, how would you?
Why do you ask? We had wonderful people in our administration.
And you never had a situation like that.
Once.
Now, the White House has tried to put their best spin on it. No, she hasn't been fired. Press Secretary Sarah Huckabee Sanders said on Wednesday, Ricardel would transition to a new role within the administration. And by transition, they meant pack your stuff and move to Estonia. You've been Melania'd. Bloomberg reports that President Trump offered to nominate the fired Ricardel for the post of ambassador to Estonia, but alas, she turned it down. So what's next for Mira Ricardel? I really don't care. Do you? But that wasn't the only ambassador nomination news of the week. We've had one other happily accept the offer.
The beautiful oceans, the blue oceans, and the waves of the oceans lapping up against the shoreline.
And that's thing 2 in 60 seconds. Lana Marks has a wonderful tale of riches to riches. She's from a well-to-do family in South Africa and started her own exotic handbag company in the 80s.
We were invited onto the Queen of England's yacht Britannia, which was berthed in Bermuda at the time, to celebrate her birthday party. And I said to my husband, I would just love a red American alligator handbag, which I would love to wear at this event on the Queen's yacht Britannia. Looked at all the collections up and down Worth Avenue, couldn't find anything that was my taste level in very high-end handbags in red alligator. And I realized if I was looking, then there might be other people out there looking for.
Light bulb moment. Lana Marks is also a member of Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago Club, where maybe that story is relatable. And she has been described as having some real Trumpian tendencies. The Palm Beach Daily News calls her a relentless self-promoter, protector of her brand, and teller of fantastic tales of wealth and privilege. She's repeatedly been accused of stiffing her attorneys, accountants, landlords, and employees in more than a dozen past lawsuits. She likes to brag of her celebrity connections, like her friendship with the late Princess Diana. And now Donald Trump has selected Lana Marks to join his administration. Ladies and gentlemen, our new nominee for United States Ambassador to the Republic of South Africa.
This collection, it is inspired by nature, starting with the beautiful oceans, the blue oceans, and the waves of the oceans lapping up against the shoreline, the sky during daytime, midnight, and the evening.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me, or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.